Okay, a lot of you shop owners have been curious about how can I use Claude for creating essentially employee documentation, onboarding documentation, all that good stuff that you hate having to write by hand. So I'm just gonna make a really simple series on how to do that, so you can do it yourself. My viewpoint on this is a skill really people in the shop should develop. At some point, learning how to use these tools is going to be like the equivalent of learning how to use the internet or email. I personally think, I don't know if it's even a good idea to outsource this. This is really in your best interest to internalize this. So, before we get started on how to create your own documents and SOPs, we're going to just start off with the basics of the tools that you need. So, for this, um, I personally like Claude Desktop. Cloud Desktop has multiple modes. You're probably going to need to pay for a subscription. I think I pay about $100 a month, and I've gotten so much out of it. And so to download the desktop application, you just go to cloud.com/download. And then I already have it installed for a Mac, but you can install it for like Windows and whatnot. So I have Claude, the desktop app, open now. You'll notice in the left-hand side you've got chat, which is kind of like the chat GPT like function. You've got cowork, which is what we're going to use, and then you've got code. So we're going to work out of cowork, okay? And before you start doing any prompting or anything like that, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you've got your connectors set up. So, we, 47, we use Notion. I don't know if it's that relevant for shops, but think of it as it's like a shop management system, but for ourselves, right? What I recommend is test out creating your SOPs and internal documentation through Google Drive, because a lot of you have workspace. For that, you need to add a connector, and from here you can choose all your various connectors. So if you're gonna probably want Google Drive, and then I'll go ahead and make that connection. Continue. And yeah, we're going to give AI all the power. And then if there's any other connectors that you want, so you can see Google Drive is turned off. So let's say we want to add another connector, like let's just say, um, I don't know, let's just say you needed to use the internet. You might do Google Chrome, but really for what we want to do, we only need Google Drive for now, okay? And in the next video, we'll focus it on creating the right folder and file structure for your documentation from this interface. And then from there, we'll create an entire system, kind of like an internal website, all within Google Drive for your documentation. And we'll go from there one step at a time. If there's any particular use case you'd like to see as it relates to using AI for kind of automating a lot of your documentation, let me know.